Hello again, everybody. We are back. It's your friend Will versus the Memory Lapse. Jumping back into competitive constructed here for 2-0 with Jeskai, so we broke even. Thank goodness. Playing for profit now. Whoa, that was a quick pairing. Notice that they took out the rating here for constructed stuff. Wonder if that's just this latest patch a graphical error or if they actually just took it out. Didn't see patch notes posted anywhere. So we're on the draw, our opponent mulliganed, and I kind of want to keep this. They all come into play tapped. We're basically playing with guild gates here, but we do have our colors. We have 3 land drops. Our opponent's down a card, so down 2 cards. So they could be on that black-red burn deck that I've seen. If they do nothing here, it'll be the question, I guess, is do we play Surge or do we hold Essence Scatter? I don't think that the burn deck plays a lot of creatures. I guess we're going to see what they do here. Oh no, okay. So they are on Grixis. I'm guessing they're going to take the Essence Scatter here because that means they have like turn 4 Dragon, unless they don't have the Dragon. And Nicol Bolas. They took one of the 2 Teferis. Interesting. Well, we're at risk of missing our land drop next turn. So I think we're just going to play Search. And I hope they don't have Nicol Bolas here. If they do, we have some answers to it. Oh. They got us good. Cool. Found a land. I don't think we're actually in a terrible spot. Resolve Nicol Bolas is not great for us. But they rate to be missing land drops a lot forward because of their mulligan. And because of the way they sequence their lands, similar to us, so many lands coming to play tapped means that they probably only just drew this Watery Grave the turn they played it. Right. Where are we at? 4. So I think we're rushing to flip this. I wonder if they have counterspells in their deck. We're going to find out right now. Tucking this away, we can Essence Scatter it later. The punish is if they have another one in hand. Each opponent discard a card. Search for Azcanta. Alright, so now we're going to flip this next turn. Yeah. I think we want to flip it. 5. This is close. I actually think we don't jam Teferi here, because if it does get countered, we're in a really bad spot. And I think we can just be patient with our Essence Scatter and Ionize. And we can end of turn draw 2, like do a small explosion. Try to find some land drops. Divination campaign. respect that card. Alright, so now if this gets countered, it's not actually the end of the world. So we at least have Justice Strike to back clean up here. So they know about this Essence Scatter. Vraska's Contempt. Nothing I can do about that. They're scooping. Interesting. Guess they know that about the Essence Scatter. Kind of weird. So against their deck, I suspect we're going to want Disdainful Stroke and more Negates. On the draw, I don't think we want Divinations. I don't think we want Lightning Strike. I don't think we want Deafening Clarion. Actually, we're going to keep Lightning Strike because I'm a little concerned that they're going to bring in that 3-mana 2/2 flyer. I think we like Shalai in this matchup, so we can't be targeted by like their hand disruption. And we cut like one Nova, one Ixalan's Bindings. I think like grabbing a Planeswalker or something might be in the cards here. So this is what I'll do for now, and then we'll see how they sideboarded, and then we'll decide about bringing in the Divinations for game 3 if we're on the play, or the Clarions if we see a lot of stuff that will get swept up, and maybe even the Nezahal if we see that they've gone like way overboard on permission. But it looked like their main deck was not set up with any permission at all. It said they were on the Disinformation campaign package. Alright, so I like having Essence Scatter to catch a like turn 3 disruptive card. And we're punished if they have hand disruption here. Which seems fairly likely, but yeah, Thought Erasure. It's probably between Essence Scatter and Teferi for them. Probably they take Essence Scatter, right? I have to assume they have a creature they're going to try to resolve in the next 2 turns. The answer was no. If they thought Erasure us again, we can expansion it back. Oh, there's a land drop here, huh? It's frustrating for them. Alright. Let's just shock and play Shalai. Alright, there's the scoop. That's too bad. We're only 9 minutes in, so let's just play the next round. Our opponents didn't feel like playing Magic there. I feel like 9 minutes, two games where my opponent scoops on like turn 5 or 6 is like, no, we can't count that as a video. So we'll just keep going and hope this one doesn't turn into like a 50-minute odyssey. Remind everyone again, please subscribe. It's the last time I'll plug during this video, but there's not much filling that we can do during those loading screens. On the play, I think we can keep this. We can leave with Clifftop Retreat We have Syncopate, Essence Scatter. I'm actually liking Syncopate a lot. Guaranteed countering stuff like in the early game is feeling very good. Alright, and we can even catch like a Search for Azcanta here if they're on that deck. Appears they are not. Well, I bet they are, but just didn't have it. I'm guessing they're on the Drake's deck again. That seems to be super popular. Unfortunately, we don't have our draw 2 here. But we hit a land. Very nice. If they go for draw 2 at the end of our turn, I think we're going to copy it. Drawing another land there is insanely good for us, and I think we're going to consider Explosion for 2 at the end of their turn here. We just want to keep the lands flowing. We're going to play this like Sphinx Revelation, where you do the first one small, you build up to the big ones. If we draw land, so if they counter us here and we draw land, we can actually make a play for Teferi with counterspell backup. Looks like they're not going to fall for it. We got what we wanted here, which is our next 3 land drops. Izzet. Alright. So if they have like Aftershock, we're super punished. So I think we're just going to give them the card. And hope they don't have like 2 more Izzets in hand. This is quite the problem card. Alright, so they're cycling their shock, getting an extra point of damage in. It's really nice for them. But about as fairly as you can. About as cleanly as you can trade for Izzet there. Interesting that we haven't played against Green Black, so I wonder if these decks are performing really well against Green Black. I'm starting to crowd them out of the format. I feel like Green Black Planeswalkers should line up fairly well against these decks, but maybe that's not the case. We're up a land on them now. Although I guess we were on the play, so that's meaningless. Thankfully there was no follow-up Izzet. Oh, I spoke too soon. So this one's going to have to get to Teferi minus unless we draw just a strike. Dive down. Yeah, it's super awkward. No, so they're on the Seath build. So now we have to decide. I think we're just gonna syncopate for 2 here. Yep. And I guess we're gonna hold up as in scatter slash negate slash expansion. I want this card. This card's very tough to beat in these mirrors. Alright. Let's make them have it. Okay. Starts at such high loyalty too. We could explosion it for 6. But if they have negate or syncopate, ooh, okay. So now actually that might just be our play. And hope that we draw into like Justice Strike or some similar answer for Izzet here. Unsurprisingly, they take Izzet. So we have 4, 2, 4, 6, 7. I guess we're just drawing the full 7 here, right? Discard 2 cards. Oh man, not again. This is going to be an Odyssey game. Lightning strike me. It's like a little disrespectful. I'm guessing we're just going to get visited here. And I guess if that's the case, I'll just Divination now. We flip search next turn. Hopefully we find Justice Strike. Expansion, okay. Oh, so they're getting... Yeah, they're still like 5 lands off of killing us with expansion. Do they have an instant or sorcery here? They do. Justice Strike. Ooh. Alright, I think we lost then. That's too bad. All of the Justice Strikes are in the bottom 20, this middle 25 between the 4 we just bottomed. And, yeah, that's just bad luck. I mean, I guess what we try Explosion for 5, it gets countered. But we have to try it. No, it must get countered. Yep. Alright, so let's go to game 2. I think we were one Justice Strike away from actually competing, although we had to worry about the row and potential explosions, but... Alright. So let's get the Clarions out. Row. Binding. Disdainful Stroke, Negate. Nezahal. Take out Divination. Take out Lightning Strike. There's an argument for Shalai, too, but... Oh, so we run the risk of getting blown out by the Goblin again. If that's the case, it'll be a short video. But I think, or a short game 2, and the video won't be monstrously long. Wiretap Scars, why does this name sound familiar? I feel like it's like a song lyric, right? That's exactly what it is. An album by the band Sparta, released in 2002. Right, at the drive-in. It was like the reformation of At the Drive-In. One of the I forget if it was like the singer who left, or if it was the singer's band and everyone else left. Right, so we're gonna keep this because of the binding and the Ionize. I feel like if they try to get cute, tap out, we're just gonna get them. We have 5 land drops in a row, which is the Bud Light key to victory. That's an excellent draw. This card is insane in the mirrors. I'm loving this card. That was a little more awkward in game 2s when you don't have as many obvious discard targets to feed the jumpstart. Ooh. Wow, there's like hardcore shocking there. I wonder if they were respecting the goblin out of our sideboard. Our non-existent goblin. I need to save this binding for other threats. Though it is pretty tempting to bind the Sarkin. I just want to bind and visit so badly. Wonder what they're thinking about here. Maybe they have a Drake, 4cc Drake. Crackling Drake. Another Sarkin. So I think we also want to counter. Not in the business of letting Planeswalkers resolve. Yeah, and we can't counter the Izzets anyways. Row. Oh, so that one we might binding. I think we're going to have to binding it. Though I believe it to be the only one in their deck. Maybe they have two. I'm pretty concerned at how quickly this one can ultimate. And we have Novas at least. We can at least try to rep a counterspell here. Murmuring Mystic. I think we Nova this. This is quite a good one from them, out of the sideboard. But if we don't destroy it now, they're going to be able to counter us. Damn, their deck seems quite well set up against ours. A lot of must-answer threats and things that are awkward for us to answer. Hopefully this is just like a triple row right here. We just got them locked down, but I think they probably only run one or two. I think we only saw that same one looped last game. This matchup makes me want to have like 2 or 3 of these. Maybe even one main deck. We need to find some answers. Alright. Fair enough. We'll each draw. Search for Azcanta is like half a Planeswalker. Not feeling too good about this one. I think we are in an awkward spot. But a flip search will help us dig out of it. I think we need business. I think we need business and we need to flip. So they must be on all permission here. Or they're just horribly flooded. Because they haven't tried to jam a dragon on us yet. They discarded a Row. Okay. We have 10 lands, which is enough for Cleansing Nova plus Teferi. If they do try to jam a dragon on us. Did visit. Wonder what they're thinking about here. They have to discard 2 at end of turn. Alright, so they're gonna go for Niv. Still have to discard 1. So I think we're just going to try to get the Wrath off here. They're going to really fill their hand up. And they're going to have to discard a lot next turn. They kept. So now they're drawing. The Izzet draws them again. Alright, another 1 mana draw 2. Spell Pierce. Which I guess I'll pay. They're gonna Syncopate for 1. Which I guess I will pay. Syncopate for 0. Okay. Resolves. I'm assuming we're going to see another visit here. What a shock. Graveyard. Transform, please. I guess we do the same thing here. Look for a Justice Strike. Rao also does it. One, two, three, four, five. Rao does it. But we're super blown out by any counterspell, but we're also just dead probably next turn. Yeah. Yuck. Didn't find Justice Strike any of these games. We just wanted that one cheap. I mean, so yeah, we could have gone Justice Strike. They counter it. Then we get to play Rao. And then we have Syncopate. But I think we're taking 5 here and we're dead. That's brutal. This is such a hard card to beat in the mirror. The uncounterability of it too is so punishing. This was the critical turn though. Like I think we had to bind this, keep them from drawing 2 a turn, having a planeswalker, and then we lost our best answer. So the Sarkans overloaded us early, and we had to use all our Ionizes on them. They correctly read that we didn't have an answer to Rao, so planeswalker number 3. They were playing their 3rd planeswalker of the game on turn 5. And we did not have an answer to it. And we were just kind of stuck, like, spinning our wheels waiting for this Nimbus to come down. And our deck is just, like, spazzing out, trying to figure out a way to win. So if they're doing this, I assume they have, like, a shock or something in hand. So the disadvantage of this build is you don't get to play the deal through to everything. Though there really has not been a matchup where deal through to everything would have been especially good here. Alright, let's look. Bricks. It's pretty amazing how good Justice Strike would have been in any of these games. Yeah, they're just like trolling us. They have some spell that they're going to use. They probably have Banefire is my guess. Like they know that they can't lose this game here. And they're just trolling. Alright, visit. Alright, they got us. They got us pretty cleanly. We have so few answers. So I guess, you know, moving forward, I think we note that we want to bring in the 3rd Wrath against these decks that play Izzet. We just want the answers against them. Awesome that you can't click this to see your deck. Yeah, let's take a look again. I really want like one more Ixalan's Binding, considering we played against this deck like 3 times now. 2 or 3 times. No, 2 times. Played against it 2 times. I really want this another Ixalan's Binding or 2. Clarion has not been amazing because we haven't played against a lot of the green decks, but I still think you need it. I don't know, overall I do like the list. It's pretty diverse and flexible, but we're just really getting punished by decks that are like loaded up on those visits. But anyways, this video is long enough. It's 2 rounds, so we'll stop talking here. Thanks everyone again, and we'll be back shortly with the next round.